Sunday, 31st of August 2025, last day of August. Does that mean last day of summer? I think so. Estonia. This is Tallinn. So, arrived in Tallinn about an hour and a half ago. Just been resting, a bit tired. So today, left my Airbnb in Helsinki, and I good for a bit. Sat and got a coffee, decaf of course. Actually, lovely coffee. I sat in a Radisson hotel. The coffee, unreal, really good. It was a proper coffee, not even a decaf, but it didn't taste that. Didn't taste that much caffeine in, thankfully. As you know, it's still a bit caffeine sensitive. But what a coffee, unreal. And made my way to the ferry terminal, and I got a ferry from Helsinki to Tallinn, and arrived in Tallinn about an hour and a half ago. Ferry not too bad, took about 2.5 hours. Fine, just chilled, cracked on with some bit of work, bit of editing, bit of reading. Yeah, just nothing of note. And arrived in Tallinn. So Tallinn, capital of Estonia. I'm here for 2 full days, tomorrow and Tuesday, and then on Wednesday I fly back home to Blighty, or back to the UK, for those of you who don't know what Blighty means. So yeah, that's it, Estonia. So yeah, it'd be interesting. First thing that kind of struck me is how kind of the inner perimeter is very old, like old buildings, multicoloured buildings, very, very interesting. And then once you leave kind of like the city perimeter, it's a lot more modern. I'm going to have obviously an explore the next few days, or a couple of days. I've got a list of about 10 things I want to do. Should be able to get them cracked off tomorrow, and then maybe Tuesday might venture to somewhere else if I get time. If not, I'll call it. But hotel's incredibly cheap here, so for a 3-star, 4-star hotel you can get up for like £35 a night. I think I'm paying about, my accommodation for 3 nights is £81, maybe £71. I think I'm going to do £81. It's about, I think it might be 71. Whatever, it's that kind of range. It's like, it was something like €25 a night, something like that. So very, very cheap for a 4-bed hostel as well, so very, very cheap. And yeah, you can get some really cheap hotels there. So if you're after a budget break, Tallinn could be the place to be. Hostel in it for the final leg, and then, yeah, home Wednesday morning. I think I've got a flight at 7 AM, so I'll be up at 4:30. Fantastic. Anyway, I'm going to have some dinner, and then I will see where we end up. And yeah, take from there, so I'll catch you shortly. So, just having a wander. Got my first ice cream of the trip. Bubblegum and cactus. It's like strawberry, lime / lemon flavour. I'm trying to wander on like the main bit. Feels like one of the main streets there. There's a lot more energy than Helsinki, but I actually think it's pretty similar. I think it's pretty similar. Yeah, it seems kind of cool. Of course, any city, you've got a Mackey's. So I'm just going to wander, see what I come up with, and yeah, see where it takes me. Got no real rush to get back. So, yeah, you later if I see anything. Monday, 1st of September 2025. It's been first day of autumn. Not ideal. Summer went way too quickly. First full day in Tallinn. Lazy get up this morning. So it's the afternoon. Got a whole bunch of tourist stuff to do next couple of days. A load of it should be pretty short and sweet though. I think like most of it's in the city centre. So first off, I've just come to this viewpoint near where my hostel is. So this place is called the Patskuli viewing platform. Now, weirdly, ChatGPT didn't recommend this to me, so I'm going to go and have a few words to ChatGPT when I finish this and try and understand why I didn't give me this, because it's fantastic. Completely free, unreal view. Let me turn you around. Honestly, mad. Absolutely mad. Hadn't even heard of this, and someone in the hostel just recommended it. Got chatting to me, oh, you need to go there, it's just around the corner. and people ask why do I stay in hostels. That's why. Recommendations. Cool place. Cool spot. Right, let's go back down the steps. Let's continue on our journey of Estonia / Tallinn. So the old town of Tallinn was added to UNESCO World Heritage List in 1997. Basically, it's very well preserved, and it's classed as a medieval Northern European trading city of the Baltic Sea. So it's like all that's preserved. Right, so we are here. This is the city square. I was here last night and had a wander and stumbled across it. Reminds me of, I think, Prague City Square, I think. I'm not trying to sound eager when I say this, but when you've been to places just come, sometimes you feel you're in a place and you can't remember where it is, and you just have like a flashback and you're like, where was I? And you cannot remember, because you just, I've been fortunate enough to have been to quite a lot of places, and cities, and you just have like a flashback of like, you just got an image in your head of a place and you just don't know where it is. But this is City Square. What to say? Nice, cool building. See what that is. Let's have a look on Google. That's the Tallinn Town Hall, Gothic Town Hall on the main old square. Built in the 13th century. It was completed in 1404 when Tallinn was a flourishing Hanseatic city. The management city worked in town hall until 1970. Since 1975, the town hall functions as a ceremonial building of the city government, but also serves as a concert hall and a museum. There you go. Right, this is St Olaf's Church. Turn you around. So, St Olaf's Church is a Baptist church. Built in the 14th century, the 124-metre tower surviving several lightning strikes. Okay, so Tallinn sign was down by the ferry terminal, so I came here. I was here yesterday. I'm just having a nosy. It's meant to like a nice viewpoint around here, so I don't know if it's over there, but they're meant to like a nice little park. A small park, not a big park, but it's still quite nice. But I'm just having a wander. I wasn't planning on coming here, I just saw on the map and I love a nice viewpoint, so I thought I'd just see if anything's here. Now I feel like I'm in the most random place ever. So I'm at the end of the harbour, taking this random little side quest. You know what? It's not bad. You're not bad. This is classic me, just a random side quest. Of like, I wasn't planning on coming here, just like saw the map. I was like, oh, viewpoint. Let's go and have a look. It's kind of cool actually. It's not too bad. I'm just going to reach the end now and show you. So you've got that's the Baltic Sea over there, and the distance is Helsinki, Finland. I think that's the TV tower of Tallinn. And then over here you've got the city. It's giving me like Orchid vibes. Let's turn you around. That bit over there is like, you're booking a view, man, do you know what I mean? But cool little walk. Now to walk all the way back, that was a bit of a waste of time, but it wasn't. I'm glad I came. I always do these little random side quests. I love viewpoints. I love viewpoints and like rooftop views and stuff. So if it means a slight detail, I'm pretty chill about it. But yeah, not too bad. Right, so I said back into the city centre. Oh, gives you a nice view of the city hall over there. Don't know if you see it. Just there. I think that's the city hall. But yeah, let's head all the way back. Nice little detour. Let's go. So just stopped in the supermarket, got some late lunch, and now I'm here. Cool harbour, some boats. Love being around the water. I've talked about this before in many a video. So plan is to go west of north. So I'm gonna head that way to there's like a kilometre long kind of walkway, meant to be quite nice. And then there's like an area like bars and food, restaurants, and like a hipster kind of area, I believe. So gonna head there now. And yeah, that'll be the rest of the evening, I think. And then gradually meander my way back into central Tallinn. So, next stop, I'll tell you the area. The area is called Kalamaja. Kalamaja, it's Kalamaja. So that is the next stop for me. So I'm just in like the harbour bit of Kajamara. So obviously you've got the harbour behind me. You can walk around there. You've got these flats and stuff. It's a really nice area, you know. Like, I think if I lived in Tallinn, which obviously I don't, and I probably never will. Who knows? Maybe an Airbnb a month here in the future. Who knows where life will take you? But this would be how you want to live because it's beautiful. Imagine being here in summer. I know we're in summer. Technically, actually in autumn now. But imagine being here with like the sun and just really peaceful and calm, and the boats and really nice flat, and then like glass fronted flats as well over there. Beautiful. Yeah, nice little area. I'll turn you around to get a better view. So, still in the Kalamaja district, and again, the real estate's nice. Look at it, it's so nice, modern. It looks like they're knocking down some warehouse or something to try and build it. Paddle there. Honestly, like if I was going to invest in Tallinn, this could be the place, you know. It's like there's sinking a lot of money into it. Actually, no, I won't buy there because they're modern. I buy here because they're old. Quite cool. Nice little area. Let's keep walking. Right, wait, stop. This is an area called Telliskivi. It's kind of west of city centre, just outside the ring road, like the main kind of circular road. Basically, it's for like bars, restaurants. It's like a kind of like hipster, edgy vibe. It's giving me like Northern Quarter vibes. Turn you around. Yeah, it seems loads of options. I wish it's a bit annoying because I could just a bit early for dinner because obviously late lunch, etc. Quite a couple of good options there, but I'm just a bit too early. So I'm just gonna keep walking. Nice area, they're definitely worth a visit. Honestly, I've been surprised by Tallinn. I think when I came last night, I was like, I'm not sure. It was giving me like Montenegro vibes, where like Podgorica, where there wasn't much to do. Whereas, you know what, I've been pleasantly surprised, there's actually quite a few bits that are actually quite nice. It's not very, I wouldn't say it's very run down really, like the city's very preserved and really nice. And the bits that they've got here is actually like really cool, like paddle courts, for example. Really kind of done stuff with the city, so pleasantly surprised. I actually think I prefer this over Helsinki, which is interesting because so many people said that to me. When I was reading online, I met a couple of people that were saying, oh, you'll probably prefer Tallinn to Helsinki. And I think that's actually very accurate. I think there's a lot to say and there's a lot of good stuff here. So very, very impressed. Anyway, let's keep walking. So just on like this rooftop bit here. I think yeah, this kind of shows that you've got like the graffiti and then you've got all the restaurants and stuff down there and obviously so yeah, cool little spot. Right, next stop, I don't know where, jacket's on because I'm getting a bit cold, who knows where I'm going to end up. Catch you shortly. I think this is going to be my final stop for tonight. This is the Telliskivi Creative City. It's just very close to where we were before, where the kind of markets were. And basically like a creative hub, your restaurants, bars, event space kind of thing, exhibitions. You've got kind of Sony music over there. You've got kind of paintings and stuff. Cool little area. Yeah, I think this is it. There's just more to Estonia. So there's more to Tallinn than Helsinki. At Helsinki, there wasn't any of this. It was just very bland. Very, very bland. Whereas here, there's just more to it. There's more going on. Maybe not so people-wise, but it just feels like there's more going on. There's more investment for sure, in my opinion. Which, again, I'm just very surprised about. You know, still that kind of surprise. I think like you just assume Scandinavia, and a lot more going on, a lot more kind of money put in. But, and you know, maybe it's the kind of interpretation of like, you know, Estonia, one of the kind of the Eastern Bloc nations, etc. But really, just very, very surprised in a good way at how kind of they really have brought on a lot of areas. Now, the areas obviously aren't too busy. I know it's a Monday evening, but it would be very interesting to see kind of what it would be like towards the weekend. There's still people obviously knocking about, obviously it's a Monday, whereas like you let's say if it's a Friday, Saturday, like how kind of lively does that really be? But no, really, really surprised. And I think this kind of ends my first full day here. Like, I definitely recommend coming here, even after a day. I think, again, it's similar to Helsinki. I think you can do it in a weekend. I think you can get a flight maybe Friday morning and leave Sunday evening if you can, or maybe Thursday and have 3 full days here, or 2.5 days, and there's plenty to do, I think. So that kind of brings up today, I think. I'm going to meander my way back to my hostel, grab some dinner somewhere. Yeah, pleasantly impressed by my first time in Estonia and first time in Tallinn. And I think it's a bit of a kind of digital nomad hub. I was speaking to a couple of people and saying it's a very, there's pockets of the city that are digital nomad hubs because of cost of living, pro digital nomads, I believe. Don't quote me on that, that's what I got told, so definitely worth a look. Anyway, I want to call it a day here, I think, I'm going to call it a day now for the minute. I will catch up with you shortly somewhere else, maybe, or it will be tomorrow. So I'll catch you in a bit, but it's been a good day. 2nd of September 2025, Tuesday, final day of my trip, final full day in Estonia. After lunchtime, I had a meeting this morning, so I'm a bit late, but today there's a museum down there I'm going to go to, Museum of Occupation. It's about kind of the occupation of Estonia, I believe, kind of during the kind of 1900 onwards, as you guys know. Nothing existed before 1900 in my world. So I'm going to go and head there now, and then probably going to head to the east of the city to a few parks, etc. Just thought I'd start here as well. This is the Square of Independence for Estonia. So basically, it was subject to a war, occupation from Russia in the early 1900s. Basically, loads of countries, including Great Britain, came and helped out and allowed Estonia to have its independence. So there's a bit of a fact check for you. Anyway, let's go to this museum now. I can't remember the name of it. I think I've said what it is, but I'll catch you short there and I'll remind you the name. We're here. Museum of Occupation and Freedom. I don't know why that turned, because it was green for the man. Anyway, let's go have a wander. Museum done. Truthfully, I just couldn't get into it. Could not get into it, could not concentrate. Just didn't really enjoy it. I don't know if that's the museum wasn't that interesting or that's just me. I personally think it's a combination of both. Just could not get into it at all. Really couldn't. So disappointing to say the least, but it is life. Anyway, so finished the museum, walked across town and got a bus, and also got some lunch. And now we are here. So we are about 15-minute bus ride up the coast. And in fact, you can see the city in the background. You can see the skyscrapers, you can see the tower, the cathedral, and you can see the Market Square as well, the Market Square Tower in the background. And you can see obviously a cruise ship over there. So this area is called Pirata Beach. So that is Pirata Beach, and that is the harbour, Pirata Harbour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk along here, go to that point, and then I'm going to make my way back. There's like a coastal path you can walk towards the city, so it's about a 15-minute bus ride. So I'll just start walking, see how far I get, and then when I get bored, I'll jump on some public transport and get myself back to the city. But yeah, it's just kind of a couple of recommendations on kind of ChatGPT that this is a place to come, and plus it's nice to just be out of the city. Bit of a change. That will be this afternoon's activities, and then yeah, head back to the city, grab some dinner, and that'll be it. So there's maybe a couple of the spots. There might be a couple of the spots that I might go to in the city if I get time. But yeah, just really chill day really, nothing too strenuous. And then early night, because I've got a 7 AM flight, which means a 4:30, 4:45 get up tomorrow morning. Lovely stuff. Which idiot booked that flight? Me, because I had to get back and there was no other flights, no direct flights Actually, no, sorry. This isn't even a direct fight. This was the only fight where it wasn't a self-transfer. I try and avoid self-transfer fights because you have to self-transfer, whereas this is booked via Scandinavian, so they just transfer everything over your bags and stuff. It means if the first fight is delayed, they have to get you on the next fight, which is obviously good. So that's this afternoon activities. So I've just walked around the marina, had a walk, then just kind of walked along the seafront, and now I'm on like this main pathway here. So I'm just going to follow it all the way down. But one thing I just want to point out is, look at the city. You can see the city in the background, and you can see the completely contrasting areas. You have kind of the city perimeter, where you obviously can see the market square, and you can see the old style buildings, and obviously you can see the ferry port where I was yesterday. And then as you move towards the kind of city which is over there, as in where the tall buildings are, you can obviously see the modernisation that's happened of Estonia, which is remarkable in one kind of view. The old and the new style kind of clashing. Very, very interesting. And quite, obviously you don't really get a sense of it when you're in the city centre. Like you kind of, obviously you understand there's different areas and stuff, and it's definitely noticeable in terms of the old town being a bit more kind of restricted. But you can truly see the difference now in terms of the old meeting the new. Very, very interesting. An ultimate stop of my park tour. This is the Tallinn Showground Park. A massive kind of amphitheatre at the bottom. So I believe they hold like concerts and stuff here. So I've got one more park to go. Phone is about to die, so I'm going to try and see if I can charge it up as well. So the next park is Cadroiu Park. Cadroiu Park, city park created in the 18th century, site of Cadroiu Palace, museums, monument and formal gardens. So that's the next stop. But this one, the kind of the Showground Park, and it's alright, pretty cool. And this is behind me is the Gustav Ernesaks Memorial. I think it'd be quite cool if it's snowing to slide down here, just make a random point. There it is, chilling, watching. Oh, no music, but yeah. Got this forward behind me to tell you who's performed. We've got Ramstein, Bryan Adams, Elton John, 50 Cent, Robbie Williams, Madonna, Bon Jovi, Lady Gaga. The Tallinn Song Festival is an extraordinary venue that holds the title of the largest fenced concert area in the Nordic countries. The World Tour film with Robbie Williams was shot here, and then obviously you've got like Robbie Williams, Prodigy, Armin van Buuren, Pet Shop Boys. They've all performed here. How cool is that? Didn't know that. And then that statue is of composer and conductor Gustav Ernesaks, whose statue towers here on the slope. He made an invaluable contribution to Estonian music and choral singing. On his 17th birthday, he presented his baton to one of the great figures of Estonian culture, Eri Class, who was conducting more than 100 orchestras in forwards of countries. I mean, after his 70th birthday, Class gifted the baton to Hero Serva, one of the most esteemed choir conductors in Estonia. Cairo Park, turn you around, it's nice gardens. So I'm gonna head back now. I've done everything I want to do. Also just want to chill because my legs are tired walking a lot today. So I'm gonna head towards the exit of the park. If there's anything else, I'll obviously video it, and then head slowly back to the hostel. But nice little park to finish the day. Beautiful.